What is wrong with this stance? And I see a lot of my young netminders in this type of position while they're moving in their stance, moving across the crease. And what's wrong with it? Seeing it from the side view, you can tell right away my hips are back, my chest is back, my hands are on my sides, and in my skates right now, all of my weight is on my heels. Now as netminders, we want our weight on our toes. We also want our weight over our knees. And so what I want to go over today here, guys, is the proper stance and some tips on holding that proper stance that are going to help you with your movements throughout the crease, throughout your practices in game time. Now what I like to call the proper stance, I like to call it the Z pattern stance, the Z pattern stance. Z stands for zigzag pattern. If you look at the letter Z and the way it zigzags, you'll understand why I call it that. So from the side view, a Z pattern stance, we should be able to have a zigzag from our chest down to our toes. So let me try and draw that for you guys here. If I'm in my Z pattern stance, I should be able to draw a line down from my head to my butt to my knees to my heels, and my heels to my toes, making that zigzag pattern. Now this is the stance that we want to be able to move across the crease with, that we want to be able to hold whenever we're in the net. When we're a little bit more upright and relaxed and we're standing straight up, all of our weight, all of our balance starts to fall back onto our hips and back behind our heels. For instance, if I were to butterfly from this position, when I drop, my chest stays back and I end up like this. All my weight shifts back and makes it very hard to move, very hard to recover, and very hard to get to my next angle. If I'm in my Z pattern stance and I drop to the butterfly, my chest comes forward, my shoulders are over my knees, my hands are able to project in front of me. I'm no longer back on my heels, now I'm up and over my knees. This makes it easy for me to push, for me to full recover and move, and drive right into a T push. So the Z pattern stance is something that you can easily self-check yourself while you're on the ice to make sure that you're in it. If you've got some boards and you can stand next to them and kind of check your stance and see where you're at, that's a great way to start and do a little self-awareness check on the ice. While you're moving through the crease, next time you're on the ice, what I want you to do is get your stance and notice where your weight is. You should easily be able to feel if your weight is back on your heels or if your weight is forward towards your toes. Once you figure that out and get your weight over your toes, then you're able to adjust everything into a Z pattern stance. So right now, my weight is on my toes, but I'm standing up straight. However, that's the first part of the battle taken care of. On my toes, now I can start to get lower. Instead of bringing my chest back, I'm going to stay on my toes. I'm going to bring my chest down towards my knees, lock my hands out, continue to bend my knees, and now I'm set. Notice I did all of that without widening my stance. I didn't do this to get lower. And that's a common thing that I see young netminders do, where I tell them to get lower, tell them to get in their stance a little bit more, and they start to do this. Now when we get into this position, we're locked in. We can't shuffle from this position, can't T-push from this position. The only thing I can do is slide into a save like this. And we want to try and stay on our feet as long as we can. So instead of sliding into saves, I should be able to get there, get my feet underneath me, and get set. So being able to do this all requires that Z pattern stance. So once again, figure out your toes, make sure you're on them. Now instead of widening out, get lower, get lower, get lower, hands out, chest forward, boom. And that's the area I want to be in. I should be able to move my hands like this without having them touch my calves, without having them touch my knees. I should be able to look to my left or right without inhibiting myself on my shoulders. I should be able to have my shoulders rolled forward so that when I drop, my hands stay in front of me, right into this area. And most importantly, I should be able to have my butt over my heels, not back behind my heels. As soon as we start to get back behind our heels, we get way off balance. And when I go to make T-pushes, it's going to look something like this. Or if I go to make a shuffle, it'll look something like this. A lot of lunging, a lot of popping up. If I get into my Z pattern stance, when I make those same movements, everything stays low. There's no popping up. Shuffle, stay low. Z pattern stance. Give it a shot next time you're on the ice. Remember, align from your head to your butt to your knees, knees to your heels. You guys figure that out, and that's 90% of your goaltending right there, is maintaining a good, proper Z pattern stance. See you in the next video.